Koki does to adjust. Like, what was that last Pokemon that was part of Mark's key strategy right there to win? It was probably some sort of Trick Room Sweeper, but at the same time, you know, that's going to be hard for you to be able to tell.
The crowd is already getting fired up as we're jumping into this match. I hear them. You guys got to be able to hear them from these mics. It's insane. We see Koki lead with the Kangaskhan and the Zapdos as Mark decides to lead with the Cresselia and the Landorus.
And that's going to be a huge intimidator right there on that Kangaskhan. Like I said, Kangaskhan at one stage of reduced attack, that's not going to be hitting quite as hard. We saw that double edge on that Machamp, you know, before in Game 1. That didn't do too much damage at all. And right now, well, the best way to prevent Trick Room from getting set up is probably going to have to be, you know, having it flinch, Cresselia flinching, right? Kangaskhan can provide fake out support. That's going to slowly chip away at Cresselia. It's still a little bit of damage here and there, but the important thing is definitely to get some rock slide flinches or just even knock out Cresselia.
Yeah, that's got to be Koki's number one concern, because especially considering his team is running a Tailwind Zapdos, you know that he does rely on being fast, so I'm sure his other Pokemon are trained to be pretty fast. So going under Trick Room, it's going to be really tough for him. He's already up against the wall with a -1 Kangaskhan. He can't... If Mark did not lead with that Landorus, perhaps he could have just doubled into the Cresselia slot, just skip fake out altogether and go right away for some really heavy hits. But because of that -1, I don't think it'll be able to pick up a knockout in any universe. Of course, there's a critical hit universe that resides just beyond the Rip Zone. But we're going to see a fake out from Kangaskhan come through, and it's going to target down the Landorus. So is Mark just going to go for that first turn Trick Room yet again? We're going to find out just a couple more moves. A Hidden Power, though, into the Landorus. Is this Hidden Power Ice, and how much is it going to do? It's going to do a good amount of damage to that Assault Vest, really showing. Landorus flinches, of course, and the Trick Room goes up.
And
my goodness.
That is definitely not something Koki wants to see, but smart play right there from Kangaskhan to go for that fake out on that Landorus. The game before, we already saw that it was the Assault Vest. I'm pretty sure Koki knew coming in this battle that it was the Assault Vest because of the information that was on Pokemon.com. And, you know, the thing with Assault Vest, you know, you can't protect. A lot of Landorus do not carry Protect. You know, they carry the Choice Band variant, the Choice Scarf variant, the Assault Vest variant. That's a really good target for a fake out because you can't protect out of it. And, you know, pretty much took a lot of damage, but at the same time, you know, Trick Room's up, and I think board position still kind of favors the Mark side.
Mark. Yeah, I definitely agree. I agree with him, especially leading with Landorus instead of Charizard. We see the skill swap from the Kangaskhan. No more parental bonds. This child and mother are getting separated just for a little while until the Kangaskhan decides to go back to his trainer. The crowd is going wild for that. We're going to see a Rock Slide connect on both of Koki's Pokemon. Let's see just how much damage it does. Zapdos is going to drop to below 50%, which means it's going to munch away on that Citrus Berry. The question is, will there be any flinches? Are we living in Flintstown? Oh my gosh! We see the Zapdos flinch, and the Kangaskhan goes for a double edge at -1. It will still pick up the knockout on Landorus, but there's no parental bond, even though he didn't need that second hit. I still feel like Mark's in a pretty good situation with Trick Room being up.
Yeah, one thing to note, you know, Cresselia now has that parental bond ability, and that's going to be a bit scary because Ice Beam's going to be hitting twice on, you know, Landorus or Zapdos. That's going to do a lot of damage.
The crowd! Oh my goodness! I'm sorry, Dwee, the crowd cut you off. Keep going.
Did you ever think that you'd see a parental bond Cresselia and a Machamp in the senior division final championships here?
I don't think that ever crossed my mind once. And in fact, that Kangaskhan does not like not having its parental bond ability, so it is going to get withdrawn by Koki. And Sylveon is going to come in as a Dynamic Punch goes onto the Zapdos, so perhaps predicting that to switch out, but it still does a good amount of damage. And of course, if the Cresselia, I see Mark respond to the camera, he went for the Ice Beam, as he did go for the Ice Beam over into, let's see if he targeted down the Sylveon slot. So parental bond going to make it do a little bit more. Is there going to be? Nope, there's no freeze, although having double chance to do so. Zapdos is going to hit itself in confusion over that Dynamic Punch. That's one confused bird.
One of the issues with Machamp out on the field is Dynamic Punch, and that's going to start confusing things while doing a lot of damage. I mean, that Dynamic Punch did a lot of damage to that Zapdos, in my opinion, and you know, now it is confused. It has to switch out. That's going to open up some opportunities right here for Mark to go on the offensive.
For a second, I thought maybe that Machamp was holding a Choice Band with how much that did, but we've already confirmed the Citrus Berry. We're going to see Dynamic Punch into that same slot. Ladies and gentlemen, will it pick up the knockout? It picks up the knockout. It's a crit. That is a critical hit on an incoming Mega Kangaskhan. Lost its parental bond and now lost its will to fight. And there we go, a skill swap. Stuttering over my words, getting rid of Pixelate. That Sylveon, the Hyper Voice, it does have parental bond, so it's going to hit twice, but honestly, Machamp can take those all day, ladies and gentlemen. This is one insane final. Mark is, oh my goodness, ear-to-ear grins, as I think he should be.
Yeah, and that was a huge skill swap. Skill swap playing such a huge role in this match right now. That skill swap took away the pixelate. That made Hyper Voice just a normal type attack. Machamp would have probably gotten knocked out from that, but Machamp taking normal type of spread damage that's not even boosted by the same type attack bonus. Yeah, I took that like a champion.
It really did take that like a champion, and of course now I believe Trick Room is still up, so this Machamp can still wreak a little bit of havoc with all 4 of his arms on this field. Oh my goodness, dude, how awesome is it that we're seeing a Machamp?
I think it's pretty awesome. I mean, right now, Mark's in the driver's seat. What happens if Cresselia's skill swaps pixelate onto Machamp? Now I think Mark can just go ahead and skill swap things away. Take away Heatran's Flash Fire just in case he has Charizard in the back.
Yes, exactly. I was going to say, I don't know if he has the Charizard in the back, but I believe the next skill swap target is the Heatran.
But of course, the Dynamic Punch.
Dynamic Punch is just going to punch this Heatran right in the dome. Is it going to pick up the knockout? It picks up another knockout, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing Koki has left is 1.1 in the back, and the Sylveon is going to take another Ice Beam right now. It's going to be a double Ice Beam. We can still see a freeze on this. Oh, no, we don't, because Brindlebond is gone, of course, so there's not double chance. Another normalized Hyper Voice, not normalized the ability, but it's normal type, no longer getting pixelate, not having that boost and changing its typing. I am completely floored by Mark's play today. This is fantastic. The Twisted Dimensions do return to normal.
And Trick Room, yeah, expires. That's going to bring in Zapdos. Zapdos going to be kind of a speed Pokemon, but, at the same time, I think the damage has already been done. Sylveon, without Pixelate, it's just going to be locked into using Hyper Voice as the normal type move instead of the powerful Fairy type move that I went off about all weekend, as we see the Wide Guard from Machamp here.
At this point, Machamp is fighting for his friends, just going for a Wide Guard, not wanting Hyper Voice to even hit anyone at all. And Wide Guard's going to protect Cresselia and Machamp. A Trick Room is going to get set up yet again, ladies and gentlemen. An anti-player might have just gone straight for the Ice Beam, but I think Mark played so well going for that Trick Room right there.
And Sylveon again locked into that Hyper Voice. Wide Guard's been revealed, so if Mark can get rid of that Zapdos, that's going to be it. Machamp can continue to just go for the Wide Guard. I think Ice Beam might do a good amount of damage, but
match was forfeited. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello and congratulate, applaud, give a huge hand to your new Seniors Division World Champion, Mark McQuillan from Great Britain.
Wow.
Woo! Machamp! I hear a faint Machamp chant in the crowd, like a Machamp, Machamp. I hear that.
They're saying it to the new Senior Division Machamp.